Hello, Internet, and welcome to my review for Promised Neverland Episode 11. This episode was crazy. When we last left off, Norman maybe died. I have more than a little suspicion about Norman's fate, primarily because we did not see his fate. There's some stuff in this episode that also makes me kind of think that, that Norman might have somehow not been eaten yet. I don't know what would happen if not, but you know. And then Ray and Emma seemingly went into like a catatonic state for 2 months, but they didn't. We find out at the end of last time that Emma was crazy planning. And that kind of takes us into this week. Before we get into this week, just a reminder, I have my Spring 2019 anime review straw poll in the description down below. Go fill that out. The new season starts like next week. So let me know what you want to see. So yeah, let's jump right on in. So the first thing is we find out that, like I kind of mentioned just now, Emma spent the entire past 2 months distracting Isabella so that Dawn and Gilda can handle the escape training, which is, it's nice, you know, it's, I don't know, I wanted to be more angry at Norman for his whole, like, ignoring his own value, which kind of happens with Ray, this week, and so I wanted to be, like, But, like, I didn't want Norman's plan to go as well as it did, because he fucked up in a big way in his refusal to ever count himself in any equation ever. But it didn't really impact anyone's plans. And I'm a little miffed by that. But you know what? Ray gets shit on plenty of that this week. Which honestly makes it more annoying, actually. Because, like, you know, people attack Ray for, like, you know, having a death wish and all that, but Norman is pretty much in the exact same boat, and no one ever criticizes him for it, which is weird. But anyway, so while Emma was doing that, Ray has been laying out his truly audacious plan, burn the whole house down, and the entire house too. And because he's one of the fucking perfect score boys, he has to sacrifice his damn life to do it. Because Ray and Norman have no other plan besides kill themselves. Every single one of their plans is like, I have to die. I have to die here. I have to die now. I swear in season 2, just y'all wait. In season 2, I swear, Ray is gonna try to kill himself every episode. In some audacious plan. Surely the only way we can escape is for me to die. Like, and Emma thankfully slapped some fucking sense into him by episode's end, so maybe he'll stop. But Norman also was in the same fucking boat, and again, no one talks about that. Anyway, though I will say, unlike in Norman's case, Ray's suicide attempt is much more selfish. Norman is entirely sees himself as the sacrificial lamb, but Ray is gonna help the others escape, but that's kind of a plus to his main goal is to, like, burn himself up right before the demons would get to eat him. And that is, you know, his, you know, final vendetta against, Isabella. So they do the whole, I will say, I mentioned earlier there's some stuff in this episode that makes me think that Norman is still alive. And the chief one is just like last week. With Ray and Ray burning himself alive, when we first see Emma at the blaze, they don't actually show the moment of death again, because of course, as we find out later, Ray is still alive and they're keeping that suspense up. But given that's the exact same trick they did with Norman last week, I'm still holding out on him surviving somehow. That's still my theory. Now on to what's probably my favorite moment of the arc. I'm looking through my notes, and I really don't have that much to talk about, because a lot of it is just, holy shit, this is incredible, holy fuck. Most of it is super fucking good. The best part, though, is a really tiny moment. The moment where Isabella believes that Ray is in the blaze, and she grabs the fire extinguisher, and she says, if I can at least get his brain. That's really the moment, I think, where really any sense that she cares about the kids at all, get out of here. Get out of here. The only thing she cares about is shipping them off. Let's be honest. She can dress it up in all these nice words about, I want to give you a comfortable life before you die. But nah. And then, of course, she realizes she's been had when Emma just vanishes. And she tracks Emma down with the tracking device. And she finds Emma's cut off ear. And this is when we get the actual plan, or Emma's plan to stop Ray, which was really cutting it down to the wire. If she had been like a second later, Ray would have died right then. But she made it, And this is when we start to find out that Emma and Norman have been doing some things behind the scenes, and this is the one moment that the episode really strains credibility for me. So for one thing, I don't know, this is more of a minor quibble and not my main, this is just getting absurd moment. But I understand why Emma and Norman would not tell Ray they were recruiting the other kids. But once they had recruited the other kids, once the four of them who heard Sister Crone talking with Emma and Norman happened, why wouldn't they let Ray in on that? I don't get their motive for keeping Ray in the dark this long. Or even like some of the kids who are like doing the same thing they do with Emma, the whole like pretending to play around her and try to get her to play with them. Why wouldn't they do that with Ray? The fact that Ray is completely in the dark about this kind of strains credibility. But what really strains credibility is a goddamn letter. Norman's letter is, in any other series, be the most absurd thing it's thrown at us. This series has already thrown baby memories at us, so it's not that high. But Norman's letter is so specific about Ray's plan. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the old Lonely Island What You Say video. How at the end the cops come in and the brother like written down the letter that plays out exactly how everything had already happened. It's that specific. Norman has figured out that Ray, not only, like, if Norman had figured out that Ray would off himself to get back at Isabella, that evidence is all there. The fact that he would do it by burning himself alive, Norman did not have the evidence for that. He just made that up and happened to be right. That's, like, a way that's, I'm coming down on this hard because the rest of the episode is so good, and so I need to, like, clamp down on what could have been better. But what would have worked much better is if Norman had figured out that Ray did not value his own life, which is really rich, on a tangent right here, which is really rich, because you know who else did not value his own fucking life? Norman! Norman did not give a shit about himself. Like, to the point where he never considers, when Emma says, I want everyone to live, Norman never considers that he is a part of that. I saw a review on Anime News Network about the show criticizing the kind of, my life doesn't matter, sacrifice shit that Ray kind of goes through this episode. And that Emma thankfully beats the shit out of him for. But no one, no character, not the narrative, ever does that to Norman. Because Norman's the exact same fucking place, okay? Okay? I love this show, I love these characters, that's why I'm so mad at Norman, and how no one ever considers that Norman is wrong. He did not need to sacrifice himself. He almost, if he had been wrong, his sacrifice could have fucking blown the whole shit up. He's lucky that didn't happen, but it was believable that it would have happened. So yeah, both Norman and Ray don't value their own lives, and so Norman attacking, or not attacking, but like, criticizing Ray for that is really rich, because he is no different. But anyway, back to the letter. The letter is so fucking specific. So, as I said, it does make sense that Norman would figure out that Ray is planning to sacrifice himself. So what would have worked better is if Norman's letter stopped there. And then Dawn and Gilda and the other kids who had figured things out, were snooping around and figured out and saw him building up the Molotov bottles and the, lighter fluid and all that stuff. And then they had worked out the solution without Norman's help, because it's just absurd. It is fucking absurd. I harp on this episode a lot. And I don't think it deserves the percentage of this video that is criticism is not what this episode deserves. This episode is amazing. But the one thing is so intensely ridiculous. Anyway, everything else is great. Everything else is phenomenal, perfect, 10 out of 10, no regrets. It's just that damn letter. And then they left Phil behind, which raises its own set of questions. First of all, does Phil not know If all the little kids know the truth and what Isabella is doing, does Phil not know? Is Phil not old enough to comprehend that? Why does he come to Isabella if all the kids know the truth? I don't know. That's something that might be explained next episode. But anyway, the escape is brilliant. Watching Isabella slowly realize she's been had is incredible, and like one of the best moments of the entire season is her slow realization, oh fuck, they got me in every fucking which way. And yeah, what a ride. You know, this episode was crazy in all the best ways. But, again, I have one complaint, and it's the fucking Lonely Island letter. Beyond that, the episode is great. It's super tense, it's shocking, it's incredible. I don't really have the words to describe how good it was. It was just really, really good. And don't let how hard I came down on that one plot point think I'm sour about the rest of the episode. So next time, they've got to rescue Phil. Because I guess Phil does not know the truth. I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the episode and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or fill out my straw poll down below, please. Or, you know, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass and I'll see you in the future. Bye!